Hi Treehouse friends, this is Miss Jenna and I'm here today to tell you a story about Lady Spring and the Easter Rabbit. Once upon a time, Lady Spring awoke from her long winter's nap. Just like last year and all the years that came before, Father Sun gently tapped on the shoulder and shone his warm light down on her to wake her. Lady Spring dressed in her finest gown of blue, with a silken ribbon in her hair, and she set out into the meadow to greet all of the animals and flowers. As she walked, she listened and looked for the sounds and sights of spring, children playing in the sunshine, families sowing seeds in their gardens, people celebrating the return of the season, but she saw no one. The doors were all closed, windows shuttered, and the yards and fields lay empty. Where were all the people? A robin lit on a nearby branch to share his song with Lady Spring. She listened kindly and then asked, "Where are all the dear people of the village? Do they not know that spring has arrived?" The robin tweeted a reply, for he had flown here and there and had picked up this news in the village. The winter was so very long and so very cold, and everyone has been tucked in tightly into their houses for so long. I don't think they know that spring has arrived. Lady Spring had an idea. She called out to all the animals of the forest, and they gathered in the meadow. She told them all the good people of the village needed their help. Someone must share the news that spring was here. Who would do it? All of the animals began to shout, "Send me, send me," and Lady Spring announced, "We shall have a race. The animal that can run all the way around the world and return here will be our first messenger." The animals agreed. The wild stag went first. "I am the fleetest afoot. Surely I will win the race." And off he went. But when he got to the rocky hills, he started leaping from rock to rock and ended up playing there for many hours and forgot all about the race. Next was the salmon. "I can dart through the water and swim with the tides. Surely I shall win the race." The salmon began swimming as fast as she could, but soon the sunbeams dancing on the stream caught her eye, and she thought the sparkles of light were little flies. For the rest of the day she leaped here and there, trying to catch them. Then the hawk called, "I am the swiftest of all the creatures who circle the earth. Surely I will win the race." He shot like an arrow into the sky and soared above the meadow, until down in a field he spotted a mouse. He swooped straight down to get it and forgot all about the race. The little rabbit went quietly on his way. He never looked left or right, but gazed straight ahead and held steadfastly to his course. Just as the sun was setting, he returned to Lady Spring in the meadow, completing his circle of the earth. Lady Spring gave thanks to the humble rabbit and asked him to visit the village that night, sharing news of the arrival of spring. The little bunny asked, "How will they know it's true?" Lady Spring thought for a moment and then took a small egg from her pouch. She gently gave it to the rabbit and said, "Show them this egg, just as the golden yolk shines inside the hard shell of the egg, so the light of the sun shines again and warms the earth in springtime, so that new life can begin." The little bunny set out on his way with joy, and every year he journeys from house to house, village to village, bringing beautiful eggs to all the families and sharing the news that spring has returned.